I am Father.
My name is David Moss, and I am Father.
I am Father.
Back against the wall, head still high, push through it all. Father am I, lead by example, but still I gotta follow. Value your seeds, let's promise them tomorrow. Forever I stand, it's never to be a bother. Forever I'm man, forever I'm father. Forever I stand, it's never to be a bother. Forever I'm man, forever I'm father.
My name is Alan Irvin, and this is I Am Father. David.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you, my brother.
Yes, sir. You too.
What's your last name?
Moss. David Moss.
David Moss. You be mossing them out there.
Awesome. Awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah. You're not related to
Of course not.
Mr. Moss, sorry.
That's always the first question. Hey, you related? No. I mean, I wish.
Yeah.
But no, not this time.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, how many kids do you have?
Okay.
Have you ever been married? And if so, how long have you been married? We're talking about fatherhood
Yes, sir.
right now.
Yes, sir. All right. So, like I said, my name is David Moss.
Mhm.
First and foremost, God-fearing man.
Mm-hmm.
I have a daughter, 13, one child. I've been married before 7.5 years. Divorced now, almost 5. Family-oriented man.
Mm-hmm.
Love be around my family. I don't care if it's in or out. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was in the military, so I've been around the world.
Mhm.
Lived in Japan for 6 years. Lived in Korea for 2. Very cultured. Seen a few things here and there. So a little seasoned.
So you said you was married for 7, divorced for almost 5.
Sir.
Is that to your baby's mom?
What? I'm gonna just check you on that one.
Okay.
I like baby mom.
Okay.
That's the mother of my child.
Okay.
That's just me. That's preference.
Okay.
I don't have her call me baby daddy.
Fair enough.
She's not my baby mom.
Mm-hmm.
She's the mother of my child.
Okay.
But yes, that's what I was married to.
I like that. Because I think that plays a role.
It definitely does.
It plays a role into the development, the mindset development of the kid. And I think you got to take all that into
You
consideration.
definitely do.
Do you guys co-parent well?
Absolutely. Friends, parents, we cordial when we need to be.
Mhm.
We don't have any beef. We don't have any drama. Of course, women are always gonna be mad at you for one reason or another.
Mhm.
It happens. But at the end of the day, in my head, in my heart, it's not about us. It's about that child.
Oh man, you talking it now.
This is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's my energy right now.
Absolutely.
That's what I pour it into.
Yeah. So I believe if you value your seed, the mom and the dad, they value the seed. It ain't about them.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But that takes maturity, man. How did you get there?
Listen, it takes time. Time really shows you when you get in that heat of things. You gotta learn. You learn on the fly. There's no book on marriage or divorce that everybody can go against.
Right.
Or separation. You learn.
Yeah.
Did I make mistakes? Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
first to tell you. It took me being older just to learn to own my stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm not perfect. I'm never gonna be.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna own it, and we move forward.
Right.
So it just took just being there in this world, living.
That's great stuff, man. Everybody is not there. I tell you, everybody's not there. Me and my kid's mom, we co-parent very well.
Yes, sir.
We co-parent very well. But sometimes I find myself having to reestablish a boundary.
Absolutely. And boundaries is needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm known to step over a two, here
Uh-huh.
and there. She does the same.
Yeah.
And she reeled me back in. I gotta.
But you keep the main thing the main
The
thing.
main thing.
Oh
Absolutely.
man, that is great.
Absolutely.
That's great. So your daughter, what's her name again?
Dallas.
Dallas. She playing any sports?
She's. I got an anime shirt on for her. Like we both match. That she's in the anime. She's a smart kid. Just loves to laugh. Loves to have fun. Just enjoy life. Traveling. I try to make sure she see everything I see. Of course, my mom was in the military, so it was easy.
Yeah,
I wanted to show her the exact same thing, necessarily without the military.
Mhm.
We do it together. She's been around the world. She's been to 2 countries already. Vegas, multiple states. So I try to show her.
So were you and either her mom was in the military any kind of way?
No.
Okay. When I say fatherhood, what does that mean to you?
It means an honor. It's an honor. Anything I feel like with father in the front of it, that's an honor. It's not something that you're given. It's something that you earn. It's a blanket over your child or children. I feel that fatherhood is a responsibility. I feel it's not something that just be like, hey, look, you're a father. No, you earn that shit. You earn every drop of being a father. And that's, my look on fatherhood.
You have to earn the different levels of fatherhood.
Absolutely.
Because from conception, I mean, you are a father.
Absolutely.
It just depends on when you're going to pick up the torch and start running with it. What challenges have you encountered as a father?
Being away from my child. When we were married, of course, I seen her literally from 0 to 8 every day. So the challenge to me was hard when we first, separated and divorced, because I didn't get to see my daughter every day. Like, that was my heart, and it still is. Like, just seeing that every day. When you're used to seeing that every day, and then it's taken away, it's like, how do I make sure I'm in her life and she still says, hey, that's my dad, that's my rider, that's my father. That's just not my dad, that's my father. I love him to death. He's not in this house every day, but I know he got me.
Man, that's some great stuff, because I actually believe you can be present from prison. And you actually showing that example. You're not in the house. No matter where you are, is what I hear. No matter where you are, you're gonna be present in your daughter's life. By any means necessary.
I'm not a part-time father. I'm not just a weekend father. Yes, I do get her on the weekends, but I'm talking to her every day. I make sure she's good. When she is with me, hey, let's take off. Let's do what we do. Or even if we're just in the house, we're going to mingle. We're going to bond. If I'm watching movies with her, hey, let's do that. If we're reading, let's do that. Let's do it together. Like I said, know that your dad is here for you. Know that your father has your back to the fullest. That's my main thing. I don't never want her to ever grow up and be like, my father has never done anything for me.
Yeah, so that's your desire, which is like a lot of fathers desire. But what if your kid's mom wasn't as open as she is right now?
Listen, it's not about her.
Right.
It's not about my kid's mom.
So what type of custody do you have?
I have 50-50 custody.
So it's 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now, your kid's mom is pretty open to you seeing, being present, don't have any animosity. There's no beef like that.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
It's something that we sat down at the table. Sat down at the table, and that was the main thing. 50-50 custody. I don't want to keep her away from you. That's stupid. And she knows that. I mean, I think it's easier because I was married to her. See, a lot of men aren't necessarily married to women that they have kids with. So I think that made it just a little bit easier.
Yeah, she
knows. I took care of her,
and
I took care of our child as well, and I made sure our family was good. So I already planted that seed, and it just grew. Like, I don't care about him seeing it. And she'll tell you. She said that at the table, hey, look, I don't care about him being around his shop. Please come get him. Absolutely. And you ain't never got to ask me anyway.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Hey, that's great stuff, man. Wow. Because, I have 100% custody of my boys, and that's not because of something that I won in court.
Yes, sir.
But I think it has everything to do with what you just said. You said we were married for 15 years, and she knows me. She knows that I'm going to take care of my boys. You know what I mean? So that's great. So let me ask you, what challenges have you had after post-divorce? Well, I'm gonna stop you here. Well, if you don't mind me asking, why did you get a divorce?
I just think we were immature at the time. I think we.
So you got married at what age?
We got married. I want to say 2009. We got married. So it's not that we were immature.
How old were you then?
I want to say I was 28,
Okay.
28.
And the mom was how old?
Same age. She's about 9 months older.
Okay.
And I mean, we kind of drifted apart a little bit. I don't think we both necessarily fought to be together. And like I told you from the beginning, there's no book on separation. I'll be the first to say,
or even how to get a divorce.
Correct. I'll be the first to say, I had a friend that told me, that's older than me, you did it wrong. And at the time, I didn't know that.
Doing what wrong? Separation?
I did. When I left the house, I left it wrong. When I left the house, I took something out of the house more than just my clothes. And I had a woman that's my friend to this day tell me, Dave, I'm gonna tell you 100%, you did it wrong. As soon as you moved any part of that furniture out of the house, in her head, she thought this is over. I never knew that. So it just living life.
But that could be tough.
Yeah.
That could be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, she come in the house and she see no furniture and she like, the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about it, what's funny is like, it's not that she came in and seen it. Like, she helped me move. Her parents helped me move and everything.
Okay.
But it was just my action of taking any bit out the house except for myself and my clothes.
Okay.
I think I could have came back to the house and everything would have been fine. But as I said, there's no book on it. It's like, hey, this is how I feel.
There's no book on how to separate.
How to separate.
But why did you separate?
I just felt like we were just growing apart. It got a little toxic. And I think we both never wanted our daughters to see that. We wanted her to be happy. We wanted to be a family that, had her morals and actually just was all together, to be honest with you. And I just think that we kind of just faded apart.
So you felt like it'll be better on your daughter if you guys was able to show love separated.
Yeah, at the time, yes.
Yes. And I mean, that's not uncommon.
Yes, sir.
That's not uncommon because I didn't feel like I don't feel like the necessary love was in the house, right. And I felt like my boys should see me just completely in love with somebody.
Right.
I think that's they're gonna learn from that, opposed to me being the disciplinary, decision maker.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I wanted that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, they deserve it. They do.
So it was your choice to get the divorce?
Oh no, it was hers. I mean, she made the choice to get it, and we just went from there. Like I said, we never fought. I don't think to keep it, and I think we just were both absent-minded at the time, and it just was like, okay, it happened, cool, let's move on. But I think if we would have fought, both on the same page and actually sat down and talked about it, I honestly think we would have still been together. I mean, just gonna be honest with you, I really do.
Talking about it.
Yeah,
communicating about it.
I didn't go into separation for divorce. I went in separation just to get a break because I felt like that's what we needed. And of course, maybe I took too long of a break in her mind.
How long was it?
It was probably like 3 months, and then I got divorce papers. But it just was what it was, and then we moved forward with it. But I never fought for it. I don't think she fought for it either. And we both were just like, okay, cool, it's done. Let's move on. Is the love there? Absolutely. I love her to this day. I would never tell you her mother that I don't love her. And her mother, I think, feels the exact same way. We just don't get along at this moment enough to be together in the same house. So.
And it's been close to 5 years now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you, man. I'm sure you're not the only one in that position.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But let me ask you, what's been the toughest challenge for you being a father?
The toughest challenge, I think, has just been making sure that I see everything. I see as much as I can of her. Her growth, because her mom has her, I would say, 4.5 days out of 7. So the toughest challenge is just making sure that I'm there. I'll give you a prime example. Tomorrow we go and get her second shot for her vaccination. Her shots, her mother takes her. And it happens. I work a lot, so it happens. So I think that's just the challenge for me as being a father at this moment, just making sure I'm present in everything possible. Taking her to get her vaccination, blessing, honor to me. The first shot, we recorded it because I just wanted to make sure that she knew I was there. Like I recorded holding her hand. Hey, whatever you need me to do. And that, I mean, I know some people that may seem small. To me, it's the small things that stack up. You know, so I'm a Virgo. I'm a detail person. So that's a detail to me.
Virgo's a detail?
Yes. We see everything. We may not say anything, but we see a whole lot. And we just like, okay. You know,
I think that's good to add in there because they don't say a whole lot.
Right, absolutely.
They do probably see it.
We see a lot. We may not say it, and we probably should. I'm not gonna lie to you. We probably should say a whole lot of things, and that probably is another reason of our marriage, you know, kind of drifting off because I didn't say anything. I lived in the happy wife, happy life type deal, and it was not about happy wife, happy life. We both need to be happy to make this life.
Wow, man, that's some good stuff. I mean, you actually do a lot.
Yes,
you do a lot. Do you find yourself overcompensating? Do you find yourself doing a lot of what you probably should not be doing?
Of course I do. I mean, I definitely feel that. But do I harp on it or mourn on it? No. I got to do what I have to do for me. I mean, as long as at the end of the day I lay my head down, I'll talk to my God, we're good. I'm going to do whatever I need to do for that. I mean, I'm just not, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter what her mom thinks. As long as she feels like, hey, look, my dad is my rider. As she called me her pilot, she's my co-pilot. When we in the car, we're doing it together.
Really?
I definitely find myself compensating, but I have no problem with doing it because that's what you
want to do. Man, I tell you, man, I hear you talking and I say to myself, I don't know. I mean, because I always wanted a girl. I felt like if I had a girl, oh my goodness, man, she had me wrapped around. I mean, it'd be a problem. But I've always wanted one because I wanted somebody. I felt like in my girl, that's who I can really release my love to in a way.
And it's a unconditional love.
It's unconditional, you know what I mean? And I ain't got to worry about her, you know, cussing me out or saying something crazy where it tests my manhood. You know what I'm saying? This is my girl.
Listen, I mean, it's easy, but it's a hard task. I find myself emotions that I've never had.
Yeah.
When she first was born, I'm not emotional. I don't cry. I don't do none of that. Of course, that's how we raised you. Like you're a man. So suck it up. I mean, my mom was a single parent. Military. Hey, suck that shit up. Let's go.
Right.
So of course, that's what happens. I literally called my boy and I said, "Hey, man, I'm a father." And literally, as soon as I said I'm a father, my face just broke out with tears, flooded, dropped to the ground, crying. I want to make sure that I'm the best father. And my boy said the calmest thing. Listen, you worried about the wrong thing at the wrong moment. You already the best father already at this moment. I got up off my knees, ran in there, told her mom, "Thank you for this gift." And she thought something was wrong because she'd never seen me cry. So yeah, you know, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, it is a different feeling, man. I mean, and I have a question for you, but in the midst of that, I know your situation is not set up like everybody else's situation, you know. I mean, what do you have to say to the fathers out there who don't have the privilege of being in their kids' life because the mom is not co-parenting the way your kid's mom is co-parenting, or you know, she got you on child support and you falling short on child support, so she putting you in jail and you can't work. I mean, what do you have to say of encouragement to those?
Just keep pushing, just keep fighting as much as you can. I will say this: my father made me the father that I am today.
In what way?
And the reason why I say that is because I feel like my father could have fought a little bit more for me. Not saying that we had a horrible relationship. No, we had a pretty decent relationship. We had a better one now. But I don't think he fought enough to be like, "Hey, look, no, I need my son here in Detroit. When he comes home, come to me. Not be around your cousins, not be around your grandma. No, I need him with me." I don't think he did that enough. So with that one out there, I go hard for her. Listen, I'm gonna show you better than I'm gonna tell you. And all I can tell to the fathers that going through this, just keep fighting, just keep inserting yourself, keep trying to, step by step. I mean, it can be the most smallest thing, but I promise you, them little things they just build, and it may not change every woman in this world, but the more they see, the more they like, okay, you may want to be here. Like if we ever show that we want to be here, want to be in their lives, I think it changes just a little bit more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you're saying your father taught you indirectly?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's the way it is.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have any qualms about any father in the past, and I actually, recommend anybody not having any qualms about your father not being there. I think the father had to do something just super crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the child to be like, he ain't my father. He ain't never been there. Talk bad and negative or down in any kind of way. I mean, he had to do something like super crazy.
Yeah, and we would have to be that. My father, no, you would never hear me talk bad about him in nobody's eyes, in public eyes, behind nobody's back. No, he did what he needed to do. Could have been more? Yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't think it's nothing wrong with having more, especially when it comes to love. When it comes to showing it. He is my therapist today. Like I go to him and I talk to him at least once or twice a week. He drives trucks. Hey, Dad, you good? Yeah. Hey, tell me something. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. We share stories back there. Great friend right about now. Like I said, in the past, growing up, you young, black, Detroit. You got a chip on your shoulder. We had our problems. We had our beef, as you say, talking back to each other in each other's face. We've done it. Yeah, absolutely. But today, I don't have nothing bad to say about my father.
Man, generational curses is strong.
Yes.
I mean, back in the day, you just never know what he was going through. You know what I mean? And you can't hold him against that because every generation is supposed to get better.
Correct.
And it gets better. So you can't do that because, I mean, even though I'm near 150% for my boys, there's going to be something they find that say, my dad didn't do this.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to do this.
and as I said, nobody's perfect. I mean, no father's perfect, no mother's perfect, no grandmother.
No perfection.
There's no perfection. I mean, sometimes you learn on the fly.
Yep.
He's not going to get, like when I turned 30, we celebrated my 30th birthday together. And I asked him, I said, listen, I don't want you to be a father or a dad at this moment. I just want you to be my friend. And he heard me. He received it. We went out, we drank, had a good time. And literally from that 30th birthday, we took off. We're better friends. We're better father and son duo. Like, that's my guy. He is. But I think it took me being older, a man now, having a child myself. Listen, I don't need you to be my father and my dad at this moment. I don't. I need you to be my friend because we didn't have that connection when I was younger. Like my mom, that's my rock. That's my ace of all aces.
So when you say at this moment, what do you mean?
At this moment, at that time, at 30, because of us not having that, and I don't think necessarily think we had to be the best of friends, but I never felt like I can come talk to my dad about any and everything. I think that's a part that my mom gave me, and I wanted it from my father as well, where I can go like, hey, listen, I'm going through A, B, C, and D. Give me some help. Give me some insight on what should I do. At this age of 38, I do that. Son, let me tell you how I did it. I know you're going to do whatever you're going to do, but I want to give you a little bit of insight, a little bit of advice, wisdom, and you learn. And I'm glad that you're doing it better than I'm doing.
So let me ask you this here. So, I mean, I've been sitting here talking with you for a good 15, 20, 25 minutes. It's a great conversation. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I wasn't expecting all this. And you communicate very well. Do you think your father communicated in the same way?
No.
So if he's not communicating like you're communicating to me right now.
You talking about when I grew up or right at this moment?
Especially when, as you was growing up, do you think he knew how to communicate in the way that you're communicating right now?
No. I mean, I don't. As you say, generations, they change. I seen how he did it, and I just took a different route. I'm not saying that he did it the wrong way. I just think maybe he didn't have that in him at the time. He had a lot going on. I got a sister, so he had that girl. It's a lot. It could have been a lot of things. Only person that can tell you is him and God. But at that same time, right now, it doesn't necessarily matter.
So you're saying you don't think it's anything he can communicate to you as a father right now, just as a friend?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think he can. No,
okay.
I don't take away from now.
Okay.
When I was growing up, that was something different.
Okay.
At this moment, absolutely.
Okay.
I learn every time I talk to this man. I see my differences. I see my similarities I'm connected with him. So yes, he teaches me every time we're on the phone to be a better father. It's a push, but what I like about him is that he compliments me as well. I'm so proud of you, son. I'm liking the fathers that you have became and are becoming, and keep doing what you do.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that you just wanted him to be a friend at this moment. So I was thinking, you don't want to be a father?
No, at 30 I did.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I wanted to build that friendship that I felt like we missed from 0 to 30. I felt like we didn't connect like that. Like anybody wants to roll out with their father and be like, hey, let's go get a drink together, Dad. Let's go look at some girls together, Dad. Anybody. I didn't have that. I never had that. So at that point of 30, that's what I wanted. And from then, yes, it was father, it was friend, it was everything.
Yeah.
But once we established that together, and he let down his guard, because he was the dad, like, hey, listen, I'm your father. I'm not your friend. You don't have to listen. I'm 30.
Yeah, he was that disciplinary.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm 30. I'm super grown now. So I'm not 18. I'm not 19. I'm not 21.
Right.
I'm 30.
Yeah.
Listen, I hear you, but right now we're both grown right about now.
Hey, you have shown something though. You've shown, to allow your father to come back in your life at 30 and up, and still not hold that animosity.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's been consistently there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's just, and it could have been just me, just wanting more. Yeah. There's okay with wanting more from your parents sometimes, especially when it comes to love.
It's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, absolutely. That's some good stuff, man, because you're just saying the type of person you are. You got to humble yourself at that point and understand that fathers go through changes. They do. And it's not that they don't understand that you are their seed. Because I bet you every time your dad look at you, he know. Yeah, that's my seed.
Absolutely. I look just like him, so he definitely can't say anything.
He can't deny that, right?
He never could. Like from birth on up.
Right.
I may be a little taller than him, maybe a little bigger than him, but that's my son.
But you got some cats out there, man, look and have that animosity in their heart, and it's kind of hard to get over it. But you got to humble yourself.
It makes you dark.
Yeah,
it makes you dark. Like if you hold on to it, I'm the type shit'll get off the pot. That's me. Like listen. Let's talk about it. Let's find a resolution and let's move forward. Like we don't have to harp on this all day.
Absolutely.
The more you hold into that dark seed, it grows too. Just like a light seed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing.
Hey, we're only on this earth for a limited time. And I think it's all about family while we're here.
Listen.
So you got to make the best of it.
You
know what I mean?
Every day.
Oh,
family oriented all day. Family is everything.
Yeah, I mean, we were created to be fathers.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's a wonderful thing once you realize that.
Correct.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I want to have you back.
Yes, sir. Let me know.
It's a lot.
I'm here.
I know.
Yes, sir.
I know. I probably missed a few things.
No problem.
And you got some more jewels on the inside of you, but it's rare. And the reason I want to have you back because you exemplify what a lot of fathers need to be at this point. And I'm just saying mindset. Mindset. You didn't always have it. You didn't have your father there until 30.
I mean, and like I said, he was consistently there. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I knew my father consistently. I don't want nobody to think that my father was not there.
But the relationship you was looking for
was not there.
Okay.
His presence, him being there physically, yes. Him being there mentally, it was off, yes. But consistently, yes, he has been in my life. He has never been a deadbeat father. Never, I've never seen you. No, I want to make sure that's straight.
Yeah,
he has been there. It's not how I wanted him to be there, though.
Right. And you're gonna have that, but you definitely have, excuse me, had the best of both worlds, man. You it could have been worse with your father. It could have been worse with the divorce. It could have been worse with you not seeing your daughter, you know, but somehow you figure out how to communicate that thing where you can be the best father you can be.
Correct. Communication is so underrated.
Oh my goodness.
So underrated. And it's so simple at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't use it enough. Communication is so vital. It's
Yeah,
so
it is,
important.
man. The unfortunate thing is, you know, communication is a tool.
Correct.
You know, everybody don't know how to really communicate effectively.
Correct.
And that's very unfortunate.
I mean,
And it's for so many reasons.
Right. I mean,
You know,
it's a
no
learning.
blame.
It's a learning thing. It really is.
Thanks for coming out, my brother.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
man, I'm glad
Yes,
you
sir.
came
Yes,
out.
sir.
Again, this is I Am Father. I need you to like, subscribe, comment,